So it's been touch and go for a while. It has not all been smooth sailing 1 year, and this is where I'm at. So I'm living in a really good neighborhood. I have a really good place. I have a good job. I work for the UK government. There are some questions that persons are asking me. Would I do this again if I had to do it over? 100% yes. What would I do differently? I probably would move sooner. I did have some struggles here and there, but it's mainly because of the COVID restriction. But absolutely 100% I would do this all over again. Streets, gardens, just enjoying the day. I took today off just to reflect somewhat. And it's a really nice warm day. It is, I think, 70 degrees or 69, somewhere there. I'm having a very traditional I don't know, is this Scottish or is this British? I'm not sure, but this is fish and chips. I think it's more of a British thing than a Scottish thing, but you know, since it's my 1 year anniversary of being in here, I thought, why not have something that's British? I was gonna have a British drink, but they didn't have the one I wanted, so yeah. So this is what the kids are doing. I low-key want to do that as well. Question that I get asked is, are you making more money now? The money that I make now at the job that I'm at, if that's converted to US, it's less than what I was making home. Here's the difference. Cost of living here is not as high as home, so it literally feels like I'm making more money here. I am so afraid of these birds at this time because I'm eating fish and chips. I'm making less money, but it feels like I'm making more money. I'm able to do more. I'm able to save. I was never able to save. I was never able to do long, or not long, but big grocery shopping. I can do that now. I have never been able to fully furnish any place that I have ever lived before. I'm able to do that. This friggin' bird. I think I'm gonna eat my fish and chips first. The birds won't leave me alone. Finish my food. Drinking a cup of coffee. Do I regret anything at all? Not coming sooner. That's the only thing. I love Scotland. The people are really, really nice. If you need any help or anything, it's just a matter of asking a question. I've made some really good friends where I work, and yeah, this is home. This is the first time that I'm able to move into a place and completely furnish the place on my own. Like, I have the funds to do that now. It's crazy how I'm not making as much money as I was in US, but I'm able to live more. It's a bit crazy. Cost of living is not as expensive as it is at home, so being able to move into my place and being able to, I opted to not get a furnished flat. That was my preference. Most of the flats here come fully furnished, but I wanted one that was not. Those are hard to find, so I wanted one that was not. Personally, I feel that using someone else's furniture that they were on is a bit yuck. So that's why I opted for an unfurnished flat. You go ahead. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. They thought I was taking a picture. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they thought I was taking a picture, so they stopped. See? Scotland people are nice. I like it here. I'm learning the traditions, I'm learning the ways, I'm learning everything that I can about Scotland. The food. their customs. I'm understanding the lingo a little bit better. I'm even using some of it and not even realizing that I am. So, my first year in the UK, in Scotland, I would personally say it's a success. And I'm glad that I made the choice to move. So, my son, how he feels now, I'll let him say. I've learned a little bit about the city of Edinburgh where I live. I've learned how to get around. I've learned the bus system, so I can just get up and go anywhere without even proper planning. Yeah, I really like it here. Hello, back home. So let me give you a rundown of my entire year. Starting from the beginning, so came to the United Kingdom. I left home on the 12th of July. Yeah, got into London on the 13th of July. That's how long it took. Then took the train up to Edinburgh, Scotland, and I didn't reach into Edinburgh not until maybe after 6. All now this time last year, we were just getting to where we were staying and getting settled in and getting something to eat. I had to sort out Kiani's school uniforms. What else? In the process of doing that, I am looking for, potential places to live as well. Because when I came, I stayed with a friend, and that worked out really well because my aim was to not stay at my friend's house for more than 3 months. And so I got here in July 13th, and I moved out of her place on the 4th or the 5th of August. I needed to get my own place in order to have a proof of address, in order to be able to open a bank account, in order to be able to give the job that I'm working for now a bank statement, in order to prove my proof of address. So it was a number of things that I had to get done, and as soon as I came, I just started. I was not wasting any time whatsoever. Like I said, I did not want to stay by my friend too long. I eventually got a bank account got the bank account before I moved into my place because all of the banks were saying that I needed. So how funny it is, in order for you to open a bank account, you need to have something showing your proof of address. Now, in order to rent a place, you need to have a bank account. So I needed one for the other, but I didn't have any. So all of the banks basically said the same thing. Like when I walked in to inquire, they basically said the same thing. You need a proof of address in order to open a bank account. I was like, okay, I just got here. I'm living with a friend. I don't have anything to show that this is my proof of address because all of her bills, they're in her name. I can't put anything in my name because this is her place. Her name is on her lease or whatever. Yeah, if a background check has to be done, then they would obviously see I am not living there. That's not my place. It's not in my name. So I couldn't even get like a cell phone bill in my name at her place because that was not acceptable for them. But there was one bank that I tried, and they said if you come into the bank to try and get it done, then yes, we're going to have to ask you for a proof of address. However, if you try to apply online, you may get through with an application for an account online without that. So they said to try that. So I did that, and that worked. So I was able to get my bank account, open that. Then, they do things a bit different here to what I'm accustomed to. So that was done. Confirmation was sent through the mail. So I had to use her address as the address to send the mail to, but not as my proof of address because I needed to receive the card, which they sent in the mail. Basically, acknowledgement that they've received my application that came in the mail as well, separately from the card. And then after they sent the card, they then sent separately the PIN number for the card. So it was a few days leading into weeks that I was just waiting on these things to come. So after I was able to get that from them, I then applied for a bank statement, which was then good enough to give to the job because that's one of the things that they wanted as part of your ID requirements. After getting that, I then started, well, I was already in the process of looking for places to live and found one that was reasonably cheap, the same one bedroom, £500 a month. But because I didn't have a job at that time as yet, like I hadn't gotten a solid yes as yet from the job. Even if I had gotten a solid yes at that time, I wasn't working. I had no money, other than what I had come with. And yeah, there was no proof showing that money is going to be coming into me on a regular basis. I'm not employed at the time. So they asked for 6 months worth of rent in advance. So that took a big chunk out of the monies that I had. And that was a bit hard. That was, oh my God, what do I do? Because I tried several places. This wasn't the first place that I applied for a flat. So it was several places. All the others turned me down one shot because I'm not working. But then this place said they can take me. However, are you prepared to pay 6 months in advance? And I had to think long and hard about it because I was like, oh my God, 6 months in advance. And the money that I came with already felt like it was not as much as I thought it was going to be because I didn't take into account the conversion from US to pounds. So when I changed it into pounds, it seemed like I had a lot less. That was a bit depressing. Yeah, so that in itself had me really emotional and I was just feeling so defeated. But I mean, I had just arrived and I was trying to get things done quickly. So pay them, what they asked for. And by the 4th of August, I think it was the 4th of August, I had my keys for my place. And by the 5th, I was moving into the place. Dealing with the job because they kept asking me for these different documents. Their process is so long, so lengthy, so tedious. There's so much that needs to be done. It's not like home. You apply for the job, you go for an interview, you get the job. No, it is not that simple at all. Not here. So with all the stuff that I had to get done, it was a whole lot of things. I needed to give them this document and that document. And Kiani's school started August 12th. And he was in by August 17th. I had one source where money was coming to me, but again, it wasn't a lot. It was like $500 US dollars. And by the time it converted and came over to me, it was like two and change sometimes. I think it was hardly was it ever £300. Was it? Maybe. But it wasn't much by the time, it was converted and then I got the money. So it helped quite a lot. So, August, September is passing. September came, I think it was either end of August or beginning of September, somewhere there, where the job sent the confirmation that I've passed all of the tests, I've passed the interview section, and they would like to offer me the position. It's customer consultancy. So I was like, yes, thank you, Jesus. Then it was just a matter of waiting, basically sitting and waiting for them to say, this is your start date. This is when you're starting, But they took a while. So that was at the ending of August, beginning of September. So I got the job and everything, but I couldn't start to get paid from the job. Why? There's this all important number that I needed that I couldn't get. Why? Because of COVID. So it's the national insurance number that everyone in the United Kingdom is supposed to have once you're working. I couldn't get paid because I did not have this number. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So that then led me to apply to the government for child benefit. So I did that. And then I ended up having to also apply for universal credit. I did those two, but they allowed me to apply, but I wasn't qualified as yet to receive those benefits because of the length of time that I had been in the UK. I hadn't been here that long. So yeah, applied for those. The applications went in. I couldn't get that yet. I'm still receiving this one set of income, um, from back home. There's a few times where it got really tough where I had to contact the Scottish Welfare Fund team for them to assist, and they were really gracious and they helped and they did everything that they could have done. So I was able to get money from them. And January now, where I had gotten a message about some things back home, and I ended up having to give up the one set of income that I was receiving. I ended up having to give that up. So that then left me in a state of what the heck do I do for money now? Because I'm not getting paid at the moment. Why? I don't have this national insurance number. After January, um, that's when Universal Credit came through and said, okay, your application has been approved. This is when you're going to get your funds and what's not. So I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. So waiting on the funds for that, and it didn't come through. I had to then call Universal Credit to find out, well, what's going on because you guys said that the application has gone through and this is when I'm going to start receiving money, but I haven't seen anything as yet and that date has now passed. So they then went and looked into some things and then they came back to me and said, well, you actually can't receive the funds yet because you don't have a national insurance number. This national insurance number kept coming back to haunt me. And then all the while, I'm receiving emails from the job saying, we need your national insurance number. And they were also sending emails saying that they've been told by this department, the department that deals with it, that yes, they're doing them now and you can get your number. And I'm replying to them and sending them back emails and saying, no, I can't, because I've been calling these people. I have been calling these people from even before I left the British Virgin Islands by way of my friend who already lives here. She called him to find out what's the process. And then when I came, I kept calling. I called this department probably every other week to find out, can I come in to get my national insurance number? And the answer was always no. So apparently what they were telling my job is that persons can get their national insurance number, but what they weren't telling them is only persons who are on, I think, working visas and some other group of persons, those are the only groups of persons that can get the national insurance number, because it didn't require them to go in to have a face-to-face interview. They weren't telling them that British citizens have to come in for a face-to-face interview, and they're not doing face-to-face interview. So for a while it was looking to my job as though I'm lying. So I had to call the department that deals with the national insurance number once again and say to them, I'm working for this job, right? They've hired me, they've given me a position. However, I can't get paid from these people because I don't have a national insurance number. They're contacting you guys and asking if you can apply for it, and you guys are telling them yes. But when I call, you're telling me no. Can you please explain to them that this is the case? Only certain persons can get their national insurance number. I am one of those who can't at the moment. So they said, just send them an email. And the person I was speaking to at the time, she was really nice. She was really helpful. She said, quote my name. This is my name. This is a section that I'm working in. Quote all of that and tell them you spoke to me, and let them know exactly what I told you, and to let them know that they can contact us if they need any further explanation. But I was still trying to figure out, but why are you telling them? Like, so if you call and ask, can I come and apply for a national insurance number? Right off the bat, they're telling you yes. But they're not asking you under what circumstances are you applying for a national insurance number. So my thing is, you can't tell all persons yes, because not all persons can. You then have to find out, if you're gonna say yes, you have to find out under what circumstances is the person applying for a national insurance number. I'm not someone who requires a British visa, so I don't fall into that category where I can get it. I'm a British citizen, but because I wasn't born in the country, I have to come in for a face-to-face interview to get this thing done. But you guys are making me look like I'm lying to my job, which I wasn't. Back to Universal Credit now, telling me I can't get it because I can't get funds because you don't have the number. So I then had to explain to them as well what this department is telling me pertaining to me applying for this number. So I basically told them everything from the time I came up to now. This is the situation. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it was hard at times. There were times where I wanted to cry and I just had to take a walk by myself, because here I am now in a position where, and mind you, we're coming up close to the end of the 6 months where my rent is running up to, and I have no other source of income, because like I said, the one little source of income that I had to give that up. So I was like, how in God's name am I gonna get this done? Yeah, so I just was depending on God, and I was like, God, you ain't bring me this far to leave me, so this gotta get worked out one way or the other. So national insurance, no, not national insurance, sorry, Universal Credit. After explaining to them what I'm going through and what the situation is, they then decided to get me the national insurance number internally on their end. What they had to do is set an appointment up for me to have a telephone interview with the department that I'm supposed to apply for this number, to. And they said that should have been done from the time you came. They should have just done a telephone interview with you, because you're a British citizen, you have your passport as your proof. So they should have just done that from the very beginning, but they were able to get it done for me. I had to wait for that application to go through, for them to then send the national insurance number when it did come to their department, Universal Credit. And then once they got that, they were able to then release the funds to me. So it was hard. It was really, really hard. I can't even begin to explain how hard it was, but things didn't start looking in a positive light from the job, not until the ending of March, January, February, March. It was the ending of March. That was all because of COVID and the restrictions. If it didn't have COVID, if all of that wasn't happening, I would have been able to go in and apply for my national insurance number from the time I landed in the UK and got all of that sorted, and I probably would have started working for the job from maybe back in August. Given that I would have had a national insurance number by then, it wouldn't have been a problem for me to just start working and to start getting paid one time. But I was, I started working eventually for a while, and couldn't get paid until. So that was that. But thankfully, Universal Credit really came through. I had to tell all of them, all the persons I dealt with in Universal Credit, like, thank you so much, because if it weren't for them, I don't know what I was going to do. But I just continue to stay strong. I continue to stay positive. I think someone had asked me, after all of that, or while all of that was going on, do you regret leaving? And I said no, because I saw where under normal, no COVID circumstances, the situation wouldn't have been the way it was. So I mean, given the circumstances at that time, then I guess that's how it happened. But if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't have happened that way. I would have been fine from the time I came. So no, I don't regret it. Um, I was really ready to to tell the job, you know what? I gone. Bye. Because I can't do this. I can't sit on here for this long and not get paid. No. But Universal Credit really came through and helped out for the few months when I had nothing at all. Nothing, absolutely nothing at all. So that was fine. Um, and then yeah, started, getting paid eventually. So obviously, once I started getting paid from the job, then the Universal Credit that got cut out. And then child benefit eventually came through. I think maybe in January. I think in January is when child benefit came through. Once I started getting paid from the job, I saw things looking much much better. I saw a brighter light further ahead in this journey. And my neighbors are super awesome, really nice people. It's all old people, senior citizens on the entire street. So it's cool, it's quiet, it's nice. But yeah, life here has definitely changed me. It has changed my outlook. And again, I would, if I had to do this all over again, I would, but I would do it much sooner. See, had I moved much sooner, I wouldn't have had to deal with the whole COVID restriction crap. But hey, it is what it is. Even when we went into lockdown here is not lockdown like what I experienced home in the British Virgin Islands, because lockdown there was no supermarkets open, no pharmacies open. You couldn't come outside your house at all under any circumstances. That was torture. That was terrible. But lockdown here is not like that. The supermarkets are open because those things are essential. Pharmacies are open. Those things are essential. Public transportation is still going because you have the essential places who need the essential workers and they have to get to work. So the government has a responsibility of getting those people to and from work. Hence, public transportations were still running. You have people like doctors and nurses who may not have a vehicle, they have to get to work. And because of the public transportation and even private people who own their own vehicles are still on the road going, then of course the gas stations have to remain open to supply those vehicles with gas. So it was just some restrictions with regards to meeting up with other people. You are allowed to take your walk every day. You are allowed to take your pet out to walk every day if you have pets. So it wasn't as bad. It didn't feel like a lockdown, like home. So here, the lockdown was not that bad at all. So yeah, that was basically the year in a nutshell. So currently I am still working at the same job, now getting paid, doing a whole lot better in life. I've been able to accomplish things that I was never able to do home because the finances just was not there. I was not able to save. I was not able to buy like just simple things that we needed on a regular basis. Simple things like just ordering stuff from Amazon and having them shipped right to your door within 2-3 days, sometimes even a day. You don't have that luxury home. So life is definitely looking really good. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know where I'm going to be in the future or how I'm going to be feeling in the next couple of years towards living here. But for now, I am content. I am happy with being here. I see myself here at least for the next 10 years. Honestly, I would go home and visit. Yes, there are things that I miss. Yes, but life is just looking a whole lot better. So that's where I am now. So although it's been a hard year, it's been worth it. It has been worth it. I'm happy with where I am now. Yeah, I have my little office, which is where I'm sitting at now. So my computer desk is here, and it's like really big. And my desk monitor, keyboard and mouse, and of course the computer, the laptop, all complements of the job. So these things that's here, I didn't have to pay for these things, just my personal furniture. I was able to buy my TV unit, my coffee table for the living room, dining table and chairs. Kiani's bedroom has been outfitted with his computer desk, his dressing table, his bed, you know, all his little decorative things that he has. This is the first time in life I have been able to do something like this. I've been on my own since 2004. That's when I first moved from my parents' home, and my first apartment, all I had was a mattress, and that was it. I had absolutely nothing else in the apartment because I couldn't afford to buy furniture. And then the second place I moved to, that one came with a fridge, a stove, and I was able to buy a bed and a dressing table. That was about it. I did have a couch, but that was given to me by my mom. Well, not given. I went and I took it. Gosh, they had a lot. Well, they had more than 3 in one room. So I was able to just take one and go there. And then the third place that I moved to after that, the furnitures that I had there were all things given to me from other persons. So they were all second-hand furniture, which I'm totally grateful for. Absolutely nothing against getting second-hand furniture, but I'm just saying I was not in a position to be able to buy those things myself. So I feel accomplished here at this present moment. I have never really been able to go to the supermarket and shop for, let's say, a month's worth of food. I haven't. Why? Bills home are expensive. Just couldn't afford to do no big shopping at the supermarket. There was always little things at the time that I had to buy, or I do it out, or I go to a friend and say, hey, you could spare some frozen goods, some food. I used to be so ashamed to ask. Like, I had I still have a problem where if I need help, I am ashamed to ask, so I just don't want to ask, and I don't want to bother people. Yeah, that's probably not, it's not a good thing. It's not. You should be able to ask for help when you need help, but a lot of the times I just made sure that Kiani had, and I just did without. And then I eventually took my niece in. It became even harder then, but I made it work where they always had food to eat. If I had to do without or had to do with very little, then that's the case. There's a lot of people who didn't realize, or who don't to this day don't know what I was going through. But yeah, so those are the things that I had to take care of. Now here I have my rent, I have electricity, I have council tax, which is water, sewage, garbage collection, and so on. I have my phone, which always has money on it now. Kiani's phone, which always has money on it now. We have internet. What else? Those are things that's like monthly that I have to pay for. I have my bus pass, Kiani's bus pass. I put money on the bus passes monthly so that we ride unlimited amount of times for, you know, throughout the month, which is cheaper than paying for each day or each trip. And then food, I go to the supermarket and I shop a month's worth of food, and I'm able to do that comfortably. Comfortably. Like I said, it's strange that I'm making less money now, but I'm able to live more because of cost of living. So that in itself is feels good. And on top of that, I'm able to save a little something here and there. I'm able to hand my little friend here a little, £100 every now and again, or £80 or whatever it is. Without, when she asks, it's okay. Hold on a sec. Let me see how much I have on the account. Or let me check to see what all I need to get paid. But I've never had to say, sorry, I don't have right now. It would always be, let me just check, and then I was able to send. Or I could send, but it would have to be like next week, or something like that. But at least I'm in a position. Oh my gosh, I never even realized this. I'm in a position now to give. I was never in a position to give. I was always the one asking, or always the one in need of, or wanting to receive. And then on top of that, again, like I said, I still have the loan back in the BVI, and I pay my loan comfortably. And I have enough to, if I want to go to the movies, I go to the movies. If I want to do my hair, go to the hairdresser, I do my hair at home. Hang on. Let's turn this up. I need some light because it's getting dark. Yeah, if I want to do my nails, I can. If I want to go and get a massage, I can. I'm going to get some light. Hold on. That's a whole lot better. Yeah, if I want to treat myself on any given month, I can. So I wouldn't be going back home to live anytime soon. Don't get me wrong, though. I love my country. I love the BVI. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands. Equality can never be denied. We ask for wisdom for our people, that they may live in harmony, and understanding for our children. Whew, that they may cherish. I haven't sung in so long. This legacy. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. I love my country, but this is home. This is home right now. So that is how my year has been in a nutshell. Looking forward to many, 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 many more years here. Yeah, I really like my coworkers. I'm in customer consultancy. That's my post. I'm an administrative officer. That's my grade. So I don't know what you call it. Anyway, my team, my colleagues make it worthwhile. They make me feel like home. A number of them has said to me, Scotland welcomes you. We are happy to sign the adoption papers for you to just remain in Scotland. Of course, they're joking. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. I'm doing good. I'm really doing good in life. Really proud of myself. That's where I am now. That is my year in the United Kingdom, in Scotland. I am in Scotland. I am not in England. I am not in Wales. I am not in Northern Ireland. I am in Scotland. And there is a difference. Because people are like, you're in England. No, I'm not. I'm in Scotland. But it's the same thing. Actually, no, it's not. And you cannot tell a Scottish person, or you can't even tell an English person, it's the same thing. It is not. Cultures are different. Accents are different. The lingo is different. The foods are different. It's different places altogether. So if you have to tell a Scottish person that living in Scotland is the same as living in England, they would put you out. They would for sure put you out, because to them, no. And don't you dare do that. So that's the respect that they demand. So by all means, give them their respect, But they are a really nice Really nice set of people. The weather here is not as bad as people make it out to be. I don't know if the weather, I was told that the weather in England is different. It's always dark, gray, damp. As a matter of fact, right now, there are parts of England that's flooding because of all the rain that they're getting. And obviously, you can see that from the earlier parts of this video. It was a really nice sunny day here, and we have a couple of sunny days coming, and warm temperatures coming in the next couple of weeks. And it's been warm. The whole of last week it was raining for us, but not like heavy downpour. I was told that the weather in England is different to the weather in Scotland. I don't know how true that is. Scotland people tend to say the weather here is trash, but it's okay to me. It's not as sunny as, of course, the BVI, but it don't seem as bad as what people make it out to be. And again, that's because I was told England's weather is worse. That's what they say. So I don't know, but people here, they're like, Scotland is known for its bad weather. So where did you get that from? Yeah, so that is it for this video. I am a happy chick. I am doing well. I'm getting to paint and post on TikTok, growing a little fan base there. So, the natural hair journey is coming. I have a video, another wash day video to post. But yeah, this is us. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Celebrate with me because I feel like I am good in life at the moment. I pray that it only goes up from here. I trust whatever God sends, and whatever tests and trials, I just pray that I have the strength to go through it. I feel good. This is life. Peace. See you guys in the next video when I post.